All right, so tonight I want to speak about why a lot of times people don't like to speak about beauty warfare and jealousy. They don't want to acknowledge the deeper truth behind what's happening in society, and a lot of people feel uncomfortable when the topic is brought up. So, some people don't even think envy and jealousy is registered as a spiritual or societal conflict. They may notice jealousy or cold treatment from others when it comes to their looks, but they interpret it as just another challenge in life. Like, most people don't see the big deal of jealousy, and especially narcissistic and psychopathic people, they think it's just natural. Like, you should just get over it. But jealousy, in fact, is demonic. In my life, I've even met light-skinned men who are constantly hated on to the point that they retreat into isolation instead of recognizing it as warfare, and they'll turn to coping strategies, sometimes becoming players, numbing themselves with surface level relationships rather than confronting the root issue, because a lot of times once a person realizes they're extremely hated on, it's a very intimidating revelation, because not only are you realizing how dark society is, but now you have to take on the world in a way with strategy, and you have to do that on your own. And it's harder too if your parents did not teach you how to face the world when everyone is jealous of you. On the other hand, some attractive people lean into benefiting from beauty without ever questioning the cost. So some attractive women have sugar daddies, they're side chicks, even though the guy only comes through during the evening or at night and texts them every now and then or give them a little money. They're on platforms like OnlyFans and strippings. They feel like it's not a problem to them. And so their personal value gets tied to external validation. And this is one of the many reasons why some attractive women choose not to speak on beauty warfare, because they are directly profiting from it. And this is also what happened when I was speaking to a celebrity that's like hypersexual, being objectified, even though they don't really like their life like that. And they even said how other celebrities don't want to hang out with them. They don't care because they're benefit off of it. They're making money from it. And here's the problem. When you stay silent about beauty warfare, it comes with consequences, because when beauty is only seen as a way to survive or make quick gains, people often develop an underdeveloped mindset. So I see that a lot with attractive people. They tailor their perspective to the needs of others, or they are very confused in their beauty navigating. They keep going back to that toxic relationship. They keep making they OnlyFans account because that's where they get in money, rather than really building a stable and fulfilling life for themselves by being honest about these experiences. Instead of living free and happy, they remain trapped in shallow roles. So I've seen that too, where attractive people are stuck in the same lifestyle for years, and they are unable to truly experience independence, peace, or emotional clarity for themselves. Even in my personal life, I've seen this play out with my ex, who was a handsome but narcissistic man. It took him a very long time to recognize this dynamic, because once he recognized that beauty warfare was real, he tried to get with me because his beauty identity started to become better. He started to recognize what girls were ugly and what were average. And he also noticed that many of these ugly, average women lived comfortable lifestyles, while the attractive ones often ended up isolated, mentally drained, or just depressed. And he also felt like ugly, average women were aggressive and controlling, some of his average partners became hovering over him. Like, they wanted to know his every move. You know, they made him feel bad if he went out with his friends. They had like stalker-like behavior. So it forced him to realize that beauty warfare is real, even if he didn't want to admit it before. So the reason many people don't talk about it is because acknowledging it means confronting jealousy, power dynamics, and the ways beauty is used and abused in society. And that's really the issue. Beauty is supposed to be appreciated, but it is not supposed to be abused. And I feel like this has been going on in society for way too long, you know, where people are not treating attractive people like they're human. They're treating them like they are some creature like species. And it's just so, it's so funny, but it's the truth. You know, like, we're human. We want to live a humane lifestyle. We want to be happy too. But ignoring it only keeps people stuck in cycles that don't lead to freedom, fulfillment, or genuine happiness. And that's what I also felt with Sweetie. Sweetie's a light-skinned girl, a very attractive one. A lot of times, light-skinned women are extremely attractive. People hover over them to the point where they can't even have a mind of their own. And it's really hurtful because it causes inner conflict. It's very demonic. It causes stress. They can't like express themselves, and they get left wondering, like, should I think this way or should I not? You know, now that Sweetie is coming to terms with the fact that beauty warfare is real, you know, pretty punishment is real, hopefully she's able to confront the dynamics at play with gentleness, because that's the hardest part for attractive people. You know, once you confront those dynamics, you have to have some type of integrity. You have to change your lifestyle, you know, and only an attractive person will know what they need to do in that moment. But that's all I wanted to say. Have a good day. Bye.